most of the women I coach in that very first meeting, that intake application form, will tell me, quote unquote, I trust myself. But when we look at how they actually operate, they second guess and over-research, delay decisions, and look outside of themselves for confirmation. They refer to the collective committee versus trusting their innate intelligence. And that's not lack of intelligence. That's a lack of self-trust when you're under pressure, of listening to your intuition when it's time to go versus waiting for permission to step forward. Welcome to the Manifest and Chill podcast. My name is Tracy, and I guide high-achieving women to build the business and life that they dream of, all while learning to chill the fuck out in the process. Let's dive in. Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to the Manifest and Chill podcast. I'm Tracy, and over the past few weeks, we've been unpacking a lot. We've been unpacking burnout, invisible load, capacity, support, discernment, proving. I could take a breath because that was a lot. And today we're talking about something that sits underneath all of that. Trust. And it's not the kind of trust that sounds good on Instagram. It's the kind of trust that shows up in your decisions. So what is the truth about self-trust? Well, self-trust isn't what you say. We can tout all day long that I will always bet on myself every single time. But are we doing that when we're making decisions? Especially as an entrepreneur. Because it's how quickly you can make a decision without outsourcing certainty. It's how you respond when things don't go as planned. It's whether you adjust to the situation or spiral out of control. And many of the high-achieving women that I coach, their self-trust was never fully built. They understand the systems. They understand the strategy. They understand referring to the board of directors in their life. But what they haven't done is they haven't fully built out their own personal level of self-trust because they were rewarded for being right, getting it perfect, and not making mistakes. Not for navigating uncertainty. There is strong research in behavioral psychology showing that people who build internal decision confidence rely less on external validation and demonstrate higher resilience under pressure. And to put this down into simple terms, the more you trust your own decisions, the less reactive you become when outcomes are uncertain. And I've practiced this inside of my life because self-trust, prior to me scaling my beauty tech company, that self-trust was not there. So I was always referring to the committee, always referring to the board of directors, always referring to what everybody around me opinion mattered. But once I broke that self-trust, I broke that trust. And what I mean by breaking that trust is that I broke the entanglement of other people's expectations and unwinded it to find out what I trusted myself on, that I truly understood and knew the processes, steps, procedures, but most of all, that I could get myself in and out of whatever scenario comes forward. It stabilized my leadership. And my friends, it will stabilize your leadership. Because when you have no full control or balance and you're always reactive instead of readjusting, your team will understand it. Your clients will feel it. Your family will understand and adore you for it. And there was a time in my business where I would make a decision and then immediately question it. Sound familiar? Questioning yourself in a way of saying, should you have done that? What if there was a better way? And what would someone else do? And Instagram, social media, online puts us all in this great big perspective that everybody else is doing it the best way possible. And I need to figure out from the newest influencer, the newest person that has, 100,000 plus followers. My friends, that's not the case. It's not because you don't know what you're doing that you're creating this constant loop, but because you're not fully trusting yourself to handle the outcome. And that's the real issue. Self-trust isn't always about being right. It's about trusting that you can respond to whatever happens next. And in my methodology, Manifest and Chill, that I've created, we do a redefining of self-trust, where we look at self-trust as making decisions from clarity, not pressure. And what that means is that clearly evaluating what's going on in the environment right now and what deserves a decision and attention. Because pressure will tell you everything deserves your decisions and attention. And that's just a fucking lie. It's not true, my friends. So let's cast that one off right away. Also, self-trust, it's not needing constant reassurance. You do not need to go to everyone to validate what you've done is right. And I'm going to give you an example of this later on. Another version of self-trust, of true self-trust, is being able to adjust without collapsing. As an entrepreneur, CEO, C-suite executive, founder, you will always have things coming at you, assaults coming at you. And not assaults in a difficult way per se, but people are always coming to you. You are the leader of the ship. You are the captain. You are the visionary. So people are always going to come to you. And I would venture to guess you're this way in your personal life with friends and family. However, that can create unnecessary burden when you do not have self-trust because you're not quite sure you can handle saying yes, saying no, doing, being, and supporting those around you. And then leading without over-checking every move. I have a client that she has a spreadsheet and she will marinate on a decision for 3 days, 72 hours. That is a lot of fucking wasted time. And the reason I say this is because she is marinating on small micro movements that could have massive effect, but allowing herself to be bottlenecked because she's constantly running the numbers and trying to figure out if this is the right move. And it paralyzes her so much so the first few months that we were coaching together, she did not make any massive moves. Now, me personally, if I'm paying somebody to coach me, I'm going to commit right from the beginning of this might feel painful, this might feel uncomfortable, but I'm paying this person, so I'm going to get my money's worth out of it. Sorry, not sorry. It's just the way I am. And I love when my clients understand that you don't have to trust yourself right away. Trust me, because I'll believe in you. I'll trust you before anyone else. So what this can create for you when you walk through or work through all of these versions of self-trust is this will create a calm leadership style. It's not certainty, it's creating stability. And stability is what your business needs. Stability is what you need as a leader in order to effectively scale, grow, and eventually exit your business. It's also what you need in order to address health, wealth, abundance. So I have a micro practice for you. It's a decision trust reset. The next time you feel stuck on a decision, I want you to try this. I invite you. Ask yourself, if no one else could weigh in on this, what would I choose? And then notice, do you trust that answer? Or are you immediately wanting to verify it with someone else? That will be the moment that tells you everything about your self-trust skill set. And something that I think is really important to bring forward, we are in an AI era right now. So AI is giving us more information than ever. It's giving us options, it's giving us strategies, it's giving us data. But my friend, information does not create leadership. Self-trust does. And the women who will thrive in the AI era, entrepreneurs that will thrive in the AI era, won't be the ones looking for the most input. They'll be the ones who trust their own thinking enough to act on it. So here's where I really want to support you. If you are feeling stuck between multiple directions right now, it may not be a strategy issue. It may be that you're in the wrong season. And the energy alignment diagnostic, my free quiz, you can find it in the show notes below, will help you identify whether you're in a season to scale, rebuild, or reset your structure. So you can make decisions from alignment instead of confusion. The link is in the show notes. Check it out. And this spring, I'm launching the Energy Aligned Business Strategy. And this is where we rebuild this entire strategy and structure. We rebuild your self-trust, not by giving you more answers. You do not need to run everything by me in this program. This is about strengthening how you lead, how you decide, how you trust, how you hold growth. Because when self-trust is strong, your decisions will become simpler and leadership will become calmer. And I can verify from my own personal experience that because I had fully developed this self-trust mechanism, when somebody came to me out of the blue, interested in purchasing my last company, I knew right away this was the answer I was looking for before the question got asked. And we were able to move quickly through this exit process. And that allowed me to be with you today, to be able to exit, to be in a place of spaciousness, to be able to look at manifestation, visualization, and intention setting as a business strategy that aligns you, my friend, to be here, to grow, and maybe one day to exit your business and think of what that second life will look like before the business wears you down and burns you out. In closing, I just want to say you do not need more information. You need deeper trust in yourself to use it. Stop going to AI and asking a million different questions about what you want to do. Stop going to the committee. Stop going to the board of directors and trust yourself. You started this business because you knew deep down inside you could do this. So trust that you can achieve and navigate any outcome that comes your way. The next episode, we're going to be talking about something that quietly erodes your trust. Oh, this is so familiar for my high-achieving friends and my recovering perfectionists. Control. I'll talk to you soon. I love you all so much. If you found any value in this episode of Manifest and Chill, I would greatly appreciate you dropping below and leaving me a review, or click the link to meet me over on Instagram. Send me a quick DM to let me know what resonated with you. I love celebrating and having deeper conversations over there. Until then, I will talk to you next week. I love you all so much.